subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Mabi, and today's the first episode of Mabi Movie Mondays. Yeah, I know, the title's weird. It has 3 M's. I'm uploading it on a Monday. It fits. Just go with it. Anyway, for this first episode, we are going to be reviewing, or at least giving you my thoughts on the new Marvel movie, Doctor Strange. Now, before I say anything about the movie, I just want to point out that this is the 14th movie in the MCU franchise. The 14th movie. I think the first one that I saw was Iron Man 1, and a lot of people saw that too. But yeah, so does this movie give life to the universe? Does it still have traction going on? Or do we have another Ant-Man where it's just mediocre reviews and just does okay at the box office? Well, I'm here to tell you, this is probably my top, one of my top 3, if not my favorite movie in the MCU universe. It is that good for a whole bunch of reasons. So let's start from the beginning. I saw this movie yesterday. We went out for my girlfriend's birthday. After buying her an awesome laptop so she can start recording. By the way, you should go check out her channel soon. Yeah, we went to go watch Doctor Strange just out of nowhere. I'm like, it came out? Yeah, okay, let's go watch it. So we did. Now, I went in without any preconceived notion of this character. I've read comics in the past, like Spider-Man, some X-Men comics. So when they take those characters and they turn it onto the big screen, in my head, I already have this idea of what these characters can, what these characters' personalities are, what they can do, their origin story. So going in for Doctor Strange, I do not know what the heck to think, but I did know that I do like Benedict Cumberbatch. I always make a joke, I call him Eggs Benedict. It's not that funny, it's only funny for me. And so anyway, without knowing anything of the character, the only thing I knew was he was got the cape, a magician, very, very strong, along the lines of Scarlet Witch, around there. I don't know who's stronger. I wish I knew more about the MCU, but I don't. So going in, I'm just gonna say, the beginning, learning this character, he is, like I said, is very, very similar to Stark, where instead of learning all the mechanical engineering aspects, he learns about the human body to become a doctor, hence the Doctor Strange. And I want to point out during the movie, it's pretty funny how people always call him, who are you? And they call him Master, and he's like, no, just Doctor Strange. I think it was pretty cool how he keeps emphasizing it. You learn about his character. He has an awesome photographic memory. Alright, so like I said, slight spoilers. The origin story shows exactly how he got his powers, and that is, he's at the height of his practice. He is a surgeon, doctor, consultor, and he is a cocky mofo. So cocky that, he decides to pretty much drive and work at the same time, trying to show off to his fellow colleagues, and he gets into an accident. I'm not going to go into the 100% details, but he gets into an accident, and then he just can't perform anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can think dirty if you want. He cannot perform his duties anymore, so he decides to find out what the heck's going on, and he goes to this place where he gets taught by the Ancient One to learn about the ways of the universes, the multiverse, which is pretty freaking interesting. I had no idea that they were going to bring up theories. Not theories. Well, in the freaking movie, it's reality. But they were going to bring up stuff like multiverses and stuff. I thought it was going to be like, oh, here's how to do magic. But no, they pretty much explain how to get powers from different dimensions and stuff like that. It's pretty freaking sweet. And once you start getting into more of the movie, by the way, it plays out a little slow. I think the first half hour is you learning the characters and his personality and then getting to where he is. But, the way that it plays out, the way that it flows, the actors and the comedy that goes along with it, you don't really mind. At least I didn't. But yeah, as soon as it starts getting into more of the CGI heavy stuff, as it tends to do in freaking Marvel movies, because you're messing with over the top, physical aspects and magic and metamorphosis. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. But anyway, the CGI, top freaking notch, dude. The movie starts off with a fight scene. And you might have saw in the trailers where they move all the buildings around, people are running around, and it's pulling out crap from the air, not literal crap, pulling out magic crap from other dimensions, it's amazing. So CGI, really, really good. I stayed for the credits, and you would not believe how many special effects credit people there are. It's actually overwhelming. Alright, that's enough about the CGI. Let's talk about how this movie feels as a Marvel movie. It works out well. It works out really, really well. They have the funny banter between characters that you're always gonna get, and the comedy's there. They have very good, serious moments where you're like, "Oh my god, this is insane!" And then all of a sudden, Cumberbatch falls through a door, that he's leaning against, or there's an inside joke that keeps going. I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about those little inside jokes just to give you an idea. There's a character named Wong that Cumberbatch. Why I keep saying Cumberbatch, that Doctor Strange meets, and for the first meeting he goes, "Oh, your name's Wong, just Wong. It's not like Beyonce." And then Wong being a really serious character that he just stares at him, and Doctor Strange goes, "You sure you don't know Beyonce?" And then a few minutes later, Wong just listening to some Beyonce music and stuff like that, and it's just stuff that you would expect from a Marvel movie that you might think like, "Oh, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of seeing of this old funny pop culture references, witty banter." But no, it works pretty well, especially when you know they don't overplay it too much. It's really spaced out well. So the whole flow of the movie worked out perfect in my end. CGI is perfect. The funny moments were just enough to keep the whole family entertained, but also for the hardcore fans to really get into the story. And speaking of the story and the origin part, I'm not sure. I'm like almost 100%. This isn't the exact adaptation of how he got his powers, but without any idea beforehand, it's perfect. It fits really well into the universe. Let's talk about some of the major characters that we follow along. Sure, you got Doctor Strange, and I'm not gonna talk about him too much, but there's also his love interest played by Rachel McAdams. Pretty cool. Pretty. Yeah, she's okay. She plays love interest as a doctor, moves the story along. Then we learn about the Ancient One, which after I saw the movie, I wanted to learn a little bit more about the comics. So I found out that the Ancient One is actually played by an Asian person in the comics, but then played by it is an Asian person in the comics, and then in this movie they made it a white person. And I thought to myself, why would they do that? But then I thought maybe they chickened out a little bit, and they didn't want to really take the audience away and go straight to China, because the Ancient One who teaches everyone is a very important character, and I don't know why they did that. It's just a one thing that I was like, did they really need to change that? Anyway, the other characters are his colleague, not his like doctor colleague, but his like Comitage, which is the place where he learns that all his other colleague. I forgot his name. Mordock? I think it was Mordock or something like that. I really forgot his name. I'm so sorry. But anyway, he's a character who you follow along, and there's a little spoiler at the end. I won't talk about him later. There's Wong, who's another important character in the comic I have learned. And then the big baddie, and I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but Dormammu. And as soon as because I didn't know anything about the Strange character universe and his arch rivals, but as soon as I heard the word Dormammu, I was like, oh my god, just like Marvel vs. Capcom. It's pretty cool. And the way that they played him out is really, really awesome. He's pretty much like a god and eater of multi-universe dimensions, and for some reason he really, really wants Earth. So let's compare to Silver Surfer, Rise of the Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four 2. Pretty shit. Pretty shit. The big baddie was like Thanos, right? Eater of Worlds. And he played like a giant cloud in Fantastic Four 2. Here, in Doctor Strange, Dormammu is along the same scale of an enemy. He is large as a mofo, and they defeat him very, very, very cleverly. I don't want to spoil how they did that. Like I said, slight spoilers. I just don't know. I'm just rambling, give you my thoughts. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool how they did that. So all the characters worked out well together. It's just a feel-good movie, Now, I'm going to start wrapping up here, and I just want to say that if I were to give this movie a rating, it would be, for me personally, a 8.8 out of 10. And now, the reason why it doesn't get a full 10, it's just because no movie's perfect. There's always going to be nitpicks, but it gets pretty high up there. And I do want to say that this is, now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably like my top favorite MCU movie. And character. My previous one was Captain America. Yeah, I like the first Captain America. So what? The first Avenger, even though the second one was even more amazing. But yeah, it's just a really, really good movie. So if you've seen it, let me know what your thoughts are. And, if you don't want to see it or if you disagree with some of my views, let me know. I would love to have a conversation with you in the comments below. I know we can try. YouTube comments, who knows. But yes, Doctor Strange, 8.8. Let me know what you guys think of the movie in the comments section below. And this was the first episode of Mabi Movie Mondays. I'm going to try to get better at these. I know I was all over the place with this review. But, you got practice gets perfect. Practice makes perfect. I got to just write these out and just figure out what I want to say. But hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you again next week for another Mabi Movie Mondays. Yeah, I'm going to keep the name. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.